Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Village Board of Bolingbrook to order. I'd like to start with a pledge to our flag. I'd like to ask the DuPage Township Assessor, John Randall, who is with us this evening, to come down here and lead us in the pledge of the flag. Need some help, John? Well, come up here. Better camera angle.
First step. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, John. Roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Brown.
Here.
Trustee Shanks.
Here.
Trustee Morales.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Morelli.
Trustee Morelli called about 45 minutes ago. He was scheduled to fly in this evening. The plane had mechanical problems and the flight was canceled, so he could not be with us tonight. I introduced John Randall as the Township Assessor. We have some other officials I'd like to quickly introduce that are with us this evening. I'd like to start with Crystal Hansen, a member of the Valley View School Board. Alicia Bedford, Township Trustee. Sheldon Watts, Township Trustee. Ken Burgess, Township Trustee. Mary Pat Oliver, Township Trustee. Pat Stack, the Clerk of DuPage Township, and Patty Holloway, the Collector, and Bill Mayer, the Township Supervisor. Okay, next we have approval of minutes of regular meeting of August 26th. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion Trustee Brown, second Trustee Shanks. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The minutes are approved. Approve the agenda. Mr. Bowen,
I have no additions or corrections.
I would like to add under 2B, special presentation. I'll give you more details on that later. So back to the agenda. We have the motion to approve the agenda is amended.
So move.
Second.
Motion Trustee Morales, second Trustee Lawler. Any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We have one appointment to a Arts Council Commission night, Linda Lawrence. Is there a motion to approve Linda Lawrence?
So move.
Second.
Motion Trustee Brown, second Trustee Zarate. Any other comment? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The appointment is approved. We have 3 proclamations. I'd like to ask the parade committee and Chair Art McQuiggan, they're all dressed up in their nice yellow shirts. You all come up here. You all came to the meeting. Bolingbrook is celebrating its 49th year in October, 49th year of incorporation. Of course, that means next year's incorporation will be our 50th. And it's going to be a big year. Lots of things are planned. There's a committee that's working on it, headed up by Sandy Swinkunis, former village trustee. But I'd like to read this proclamation, and I'm sure Art will have some comments too, correct? No. Pathways Parade, Sunday, September 14th, 2014. This Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock. Whereas the 49th Annual Pathways Parade will start at 2 p.m. on Sunday, September 14th, with this year's theme being Let the Good Times Roll. And whereas there are over 100 entries, the parade route will begin at Bolingbrook High School, proceed east on Lily Cache to Canterbury Lane, then north to Briarcliff, and then west to the town center. And whereas there are several impressive entries, including local organizations, church groups, gymnast groups, bands, beautiful floats, and other miscellaneous entries. The awards for the various entries will be announced at 4:15. And following, there will be entertainment by the band Generator X on the Performing Arts stage. And whereas Sandy Swinkunis, longtime Bolingbrook resident, former village trustee, will be this year's Grand Marshal. And whereas the Village of Bolingbrook's Parade Commission will host a mini-fest behind Town Center on the same day beginning at 2 p.m. There will be food and beverages for nominal cost. Parky the Pelican, the Climbing Wall, Myers Trackless Train, the Fire Safety House, Cell Phone Sally, the Will County 911 public education person, and a hula hoop contest. Come out for a day of family fun. Now, therefore, I declare Mayor Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook Will of DuPage County, Illinois, do hereby proclaim Sunday, September 14th as Pathways Parade Day and Minifest, and hope you all come out for it. I'd like to present this to Art McQuiggan, the chair. There you go, Art. Would you introduce all your commission members too, please, Art?
Do I have to? John Klein, Peggy McMillan, Michelle Gavia, Lynn Wozni, and Tom Conway. But what I'd like to see is, I'd like to see everybody come out for the parade. It's an annual event, and a lot of kids come out to do it. This year we're doing a little more with the fest behind Village Hall to get the kids more involved. We've also got a good band, a local band, Generator X, that's going to be performing after the parade. And like you said, Cell Phone Sally, this is the first time that they've ever been in a parade. And it teaches the kids how to use 911 when they're calling for an emergency. So there'll be a lot of different things out in the back, and I urge everybody to come out and see the parade and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, committee, and thanks for what you do. It's one of those, they'd have this parade, and then they get about 6 months off, and then they start the parade again for next year. Next year's parade should be a very big one. Next, we have POW MIA recognition. I'd like to ask Bob Adami, commander of VFW, well, former commander of VFW, to please, are you not, wait, other way around, come on up here. You can explain it. On all of you have to swing around here a little bit. Okay, come on. Gotta get them all up here. Come on. All right. Explain to me what I didn't say right.
I'm still the commander of the Bolingbrook VFW, and Leroy Rudenbaum, you can say his name. He's now no longer the commander. We have Rich here, who's the new commander of the American Legion.
Yes.
Rich Tomaszewski, I'm the commander of Post 1288,
What branch of service?
United States Army.
Army.
Wayne Mitchell, chaplain, WFW Post, United States Navy.
United States Army, Korean veteran.
Name?
Banker, Virgil Banker.
Virgil just celebrated his
85th.
85th birthday.
A month ago.
A month ago, so you got another month in already. Do you like to have a celebration every month?
No.
I've known Virgil, probably one of the first people I met back in the mid-'70s, so we're growing old together, right?
Long time ago.
I am Rosemary Wood, president of the First Ladies Auxiliary to VFW Post 5917.
Jean Kelly.
Nancy Lemreys.
Marie Riley Trisner.
Renee Mirap, chaplain for the Women's Auxiliary. Ladies.
Herschel Nelson, United States Army. I'm the finance officer of American Legion Post 1288 and quartermaster Post 5917 BFW.
When does your cookbook go for sale, or is it already for sale?
No, it'll be going for sale soon.
How much will it be?
I'm sorry, which?
The cookbook.
I believe $12. We're voting on that shortly.
So that'll be available soon for purchase?
Yes, and you have recipes in there.
Well, some of my old family recipes, yes.
So you need to buy several as gifts.
Be a big hit at Christmas, yes. All right. So you're going to accept this, Bob and Rich? POW Recognition Day, September 19, 2014. Whereas the Veterans of Foreign Wars of the United States, Post 5917, American Legion Post 1288, have officially recognized and endorsed by governmental leaders, and whereas there have been POW MIAs from every war that the United States has been involved in, and the federal government officially recognized and designated the third Friday of September as National POW MIA Day, and whereas the sacrifices of the Americans who are still missing in action and unaccounted for from all of our nation's wars and their families are deserving of national recognition and support for continued priority and efforts to determine the fate of those missing Americans. Now, therefore, I righteously declare, Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, will in DuPage County, Illinois, hereby proclaim September 19th as POW MIA Recognition Day and urge all residents to recognize and support this day. Accepting, again, the commanders.
The mayor has said, I'd like to invite you all, like the mayor said, on Friday, September 19, 2014, at the Village Hall Memorial between 7 and 7:30, a very short ceremony. I invite everyone here present and try to get everybody else in the village to attend this ceremony. Wait a minute. My office?
Well, the Veterans Office, Community Center.
Okay, I'm sorry. The community. Okay. The village has given us an office for the Legion and the VFW at the Community Center, 201B Canterbury Lane, and it's been a plus for us when I tell other posts that we have it's like a post home, but we have facilities there to run fundraisers, which we hope to within the near future, and they're very surprised. Mayor Claire has given us this opportunity to have a place to bring members in and new members to the Bolingbrook Post.
Well, I wanted you to mention that, Bob, because there may be veterans watching this that might want to get involved, and there's somebody from one of your posts there at Legion almost every day. So it's in the center door, door B, right past the Chamber of Commerce. There's an office that they have, and again, they really enjoy it, and that's one of the reasons we established Community Center was to be able to do that. So thank you all. Here. Next, we have to help the Knights of Columbus citizens with intellectual disabilities. And acceptors Jim Fiore, Grand Knight, and Scott Clifford, past Grand Knight. Are you gentlemen here? I know, I'm digging deep here. Okay. All right. Help Knights of Columbus Citizens with Intellectual Disabilities Day, September 19th, 20th, and 21st, 2014. Whereas members of the Illinois State Council of Knights of Columbus will conduct their 45th annual fund drive for the Intellectual Disabilities Program. This 45th anniversary drive will be held September 19th, 20th, and 21st to benefit our citizens with intellectual disabilities. Last fall, the Illinois Knights of Columbus raised more than $2 million, which was distributed to more than 300 organizations throughout Illinois. And whereas the Illinois State Council of the Knights of Columbus has provided funds and personal assistance to allow youngsters to participate in the local and statewide Special Olympics program. And whereas the Illinois State Council has provided more than $5 million to build or reconstruct 34 homes for citizens with disabilities in all 6 dioceses of Illinois. And whereas since the Illinois State Council of Knights of Columbus initiated this program, 45 other states have activated similar campaigns to provide the much-needed financial assistance for the intellectually disabled. Now, therefore, I righteously declare, Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, will DuPage County, Illinois, to hereby proclaim September 19th, 20th, 21st as Help the Knights of Columbus Citizens with Intellectual Disabilities Days in Bolingbrook, and urge all citizens to be cognizant of the special fundraising efforts and to cooperate with this campaign. Who's going to be accepting? Okay, accept the words.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to thank Mayor, village trustees and officials and residents of Bolingbrook for always supporting us and always being there when we need help. Mayor's been to the ID parties that we have. All the money we collect, 100% goes to ID, 10% goes to the state for the Special Olympics. The other 90% we've used with the JBSRA or the LCSRA now. And it's a great time for the kids. I've been with the program as a parent for over 20 years. My daughter's goes every year. And it's a great time for them to get back with each other, have a great time together. I haven't seen people for over a year. Have them as young from 6 years old, and I believe last year the oldest one was 58. So they're not all kids. And we'll be out there the 19th and 20th dressed like this. This is my Deputy Grand Knight, Mike Enos, my Warden, Jose Espinoza, and hopefully our council from St. Dominic's and the council from St. Francis will be out. And thank you very much.
Thank you. I think you probably should kind of walk around here a bit. There's probably a few people who might want to.
Thank you.
Start with this group back here. It's probably quicker to go on this aisle. Well, whatever you click there. Thank you. And thank you for what you do. Is Linda Lawrence here? Linda, come on down. Good evening. Linda Lawrence was approved earlier to be on the Arts Commission. Linda's a 15-year resident, attended Columbia College downtown, broadcast communications, now works for Motorola Solutions and troubleshoots electronic equipment.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. I can figure it out if I plug it in. If it doesn't work, Anyway, it's an interesting career, and she'd like to get involved with the Arts Council, so if you would at this time raise your right hand. I state your name.
Linda Lawrence.
Do solemnly swear
I solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook,
the Municipal Code of the State of, the Municipal Code of
Village.
the Village of Bolingbrook.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties, to
the best of my ability
the best of my ability
in a manner prescribed by law.
in a manner subscribed by law.
Gotcha. There's your official commission.
Thank you.
And there's a Bolingbrook pin for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Welcome aboard. Okay, now it's time for the annual selection. Well, I'm going to make a couple comments first. First of all, before we get to the cities here, the ash trees, emerald ash trees, the emerald ash borers taking out ash trees, we have cut down how many?
988.
988 trees to date. That's a virtual forest. And that's probably 10% of what we'll have to cut down over the next 2 to 4 years. It is expensive. Homer Tree Service has been contracted to do it. They're working through neighborhoods. I am getting calls from people wanting to know when we're going to be in their neighborhood to take down their dead tree. We're obviously trying to get the largest ones first because the largest ones are more apt to drop larger limbs and so forth. The ash tree is a tree that apparently when it dies becomes brittle rather quickly, and we'd like to get as many down before the snow and ice come as possible because they get a nice ice storm on some of those limbs. We could have a limb drop. We're taking down the trees in the public parkway, the right-of-way. There are many people that have these in their yard. It's estimated there are 10,000 trees in the public parkway, 20,000 trees on private property. It's terribly expensive. As an article recently in the paper I'm going to read a couple of quotes from here. They're here, explained Beth Corrigan, Community Trees Coordinator at Morton Arboretum in Lisle. They spread all the way down past central Illinois into southern regions of the state. They've also been found in Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and in 2 Canadian provinces. So this is a devastating. It's going to take out perhaps 10 to 40% of many towns' tree inventory. And it's unfortunate, but it was apparently the tree of choice in the 70s where a lot of Bolingbrook was built, and those are very mature trees with base of trunks as much as 25 to 30 inches or more. And again, that's a very slow, tedious process taking them down. We take the trees down, we then take the stumps out, and then the village picks up the mulched up area after we get through the neighborhood. It's going to be, again, a slow project. We're going to try and go as far in the winter as we can before the snow flies, and it will start right away again in the spring. But it's going to be years. You might see some trees that look like they're half dead. Most of those trees were treated, and we think the treatment hopefully will take. So next year at this time, next spring, if those trees leaf back out, we'll know the treatment worked. If they don't, we'll take those trees down too. The next problem, of course, is replacing trees. If you have a tree farm right now, you're in a great position because every community that, many, many suburban communities plus states are looking for tree stock, and it's going to be tough to find those trees, but we will replace them, budget permitting, over the next several years. So that's it. Virtually 1,000 trees have been taken down. The trees are being taken down again by homeowner, and they're mulched up and taken to their yard in Lockport on Route 6, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, Citizen of the Year. Every year we select a male Citizen of the Year, a female Citizen of the Year, and a Family of the Year. The people that are selected right in the parade up front. There are also pictures are taken and hung in the outside this room, and after 1 year the pictures are transferred in here to this room. We appreciate and honor those people for what they do for Bolingbrook. Again, we have 3 great selections, and I'd like to start with the Family of the Year. And if I could, would Ken and Crystal Hansen please join me? Right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I didn't know how to get them both here. So I just flat out lied. I told Ken there was going to be a presentation and that Crystal was going to be mentioned, and I'm sure that she would like him to be here to hear it. So that's why they're here. I'd like to read a little bit about them. Well, actually, a lot about them. They're the Family of the Year, but I'll explain why our children are here in a moment. Each year, we select a family who represents the values the Village of Bolingbrook stands for, and we honor them as our Family of the Year. This year's Bolingbrook Family Year has been part of our village for more than 2 decades, choosing to not only pursue their vocation in Bolingbrook, but also volunteer their time for a wide variety of Bolingbrook and Will County-based agencies serving thousands of families. The family's mother says this is about her husband. He just makes himself available for whoever needs him. That's the way he is. The family's father admits he wouldn't be who he is without his wife. Their adult children, all graduates of Valley View School District. Well, we didn't have an opportunity to survey them about their parents because they're either living out of state or busy pursuing their college degrees elsewhere. So let me invite Mom and Dad to the podium. Here they are, and tell you about them. The patriarch and matriarch of Bolingbrook's Family of the Year. These two have been together for a long time. Crystal grew up in Pennsylvania, and Ken was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. Way back in the early 1980s, they decided to attend Central Bible College in Springfield, Missouri. Ken wanting to be a pastor, and Crystal thinking about pursuing a career as a missionary. We won't share the details of their courtship, but Ken and Crystal tied the knot in 1984 and headed to Akron, Ohio, where Ken worked as a youth minister at the First Assembly Church, and both Ken and Crystal began what would be a life filled with compassion for other people by volunteering their time working with at-risk kids at the Akron Youth Center. We were just trying to help kids, Crystal recalled. 3 years later, Ken was called to Rock Island, Illinois, where he worked as a youth and college ministry at Bethel Church. It was in Rock Island that their son, Ryan, now 25, and married and living in Kansas City, and their daughter, Renee, now 24, attending North Park University, were born. Bolingbrook's good fortune began in 1992 when the folks at Living Waters Church, located at Canterbury Lane, hired Ken as their senior pastor. That church is now the community center I was talking about a moment ago. Crystal, who had become licensed and ordained minister in 1989, nonetheless was, as she puts it, just the senior pastor's wife, doing things the senior pastor's wife normally does. But as the Hansons worked to change the face and culture of the church, Crystal became the executive pastor, serving, she says, as Ken's right-hand person. Under the Hanson leadership, the church grew significantly, and so did their family. Her youngest son, Eric, who is now 20 and attends Anderson University in Indiana, was born. At present, Crystal works as an academy supervisor for Comcast, overseeing direct sales in the greater Chicago region. She has carved out a wide path of volunteerism since she came to Bolingbrook. She serves as a member of the Valley View School District Board of Education. She's a co-founder and current chair of the Valley View School District, or the VVSD at Bolingbrook High School program FANS, which is an acronym for Friends and Neighbors Supporting Students. Crystal is a former member of the following VHS Instructional Design Committee, first chair of the Building Academic Achievement within this generation, Valley View Area Coalition for Youth and Valley View Coalition for Homeless Youth Task Force, the Will County Housing Plan and Homelessness Committee, and the Leadership Committee for the Will County Center for Community Concerns. She's also an accomplished author. Ken, in addition to his 24/7 duties as a senior pastor, serves as a chaplain for the Bolingbrook Fire Department and is on the Spiritual Life Committee for the Adventist Bolingbrook Hospital. Ken has his master's degree in biblical studies, and his strengths are his ability to communicate the Bible in a fun and relevant and practical way. His gifts also include being a visionary, his leadership skills, and appreciation of the arts. He's a board member for the International Coalition for Christian Leadership and a board member for Global Training Ministries. He serves as a board member for the Power Connection, a faith-based Bolingbrook community organization that has been formed to empower people for life. Ken loves playing and watching hockey, and as you heard earlier, he just makes himself available for whatever and whoever needs him. That's just the way he is. Bolingbrook is honored to have a family like the Hansons living here. Again, let's give them a big round of applause. I'd also like to thank Larry Randa for his help. He called him up and interviewed him on the basis he was doing something for the school district, promotional materials, and he worked you pretty good, didn't he?
He did. He's totally.
Well, I'd like to start by giving you this plaque, which hopefully you can. The Hans family, Bolingbrook's 2014 family year, September 9, 2014, in the village of Bolingbrook. And I have also the coveted Bolingbrook wristwatch. Well, I'll put it back soon. They all have batteries in them. Everything works. But you're on your own now. There you are. And most importantly, this is from Reggie, instructions on what you have to do. One, you got to be at the parade route. And two, she will hunt you down for a picture to be hanging out in the village hall. I suspect we'll wait till maybe Thanksgiving to get, when the kids are all home.
Actually, they're going to be home this weekend for the entire weekend, all of them.
Oh, they are?
They will be here on Sunday.
Good.
Well,
Can be in the parade.
It just happened that way. They're coming in for a wedding.
Well,
be in
let's
the
get
parade.
them all in the parade. Art McQuiggan left, but we'll make sure they all get in the parade.
That's great.
He just said he won the firefighters golf outing today, that he had forced him won the outing. So, scramble?
It was best ball, yeah, for the fundraiser. So we were there. So our chaplain's team won.
Well, Chaplin's team?
Yeah.
Go figure, yeah.
been a God thing. They're all scratching their heads how the two chaplains could have won. But we did. But both of us had to leave for a meeting, so we didn't even get our trophies yet. So great.
Well, I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. And
Thank
again,
you
I'm
very
sorry I had to mislead you, but whatever works.
That's right.
Laugh out loud. Do you want to say anything?
Thank you so much.
All right, next we're going to do the Female Citizen of the Year. I would like to ask Mary Pat Oliver to join me. I know your husband's here and your children are here, but we'll do you for a little bit and then you'll bring them up afterward. Mary Pat Oliver, 2014 Bolingbrook Female Citizen of the Year. This year's Female Citizen of the Year can be described with the following characteristics. She is lively, spirited, inspirational, positive, straightforward, shrewd, competent, determined, and hardworking. She loves to bake, passing out zucchini bread and other gifts of kindness as she goes the extra mile to bring sunshine into people's lives. A resident of Bolingbrook for the past 19 years, Mary Pat Oliver has been married to her husband Paul for 26 years, and together they have 5 children, 2 biological children, Catherine and Hannah. And after becoming foster parents, they adopted from birth their 3 youngest children, Natalie, David, and Zachary. Professionally, Mary Pat enjoys a career as Director of Sales for Best Western Hotels. Why don't you bring them up now? And here, why don't you introduce them?
This is our son, David, our son, Zachary, our daughter, Hannah, our daughter, Natalie, and my husband, Paul. And there's one more, Oliver, that's missing tonight because she's at work, and that would be Catherine.
Mary Pat is an active member of St. Francis Church. The Oliver children have been involved in local sports through the Park District and are currently active in scouting programs, Cub and Boy Scouts for their sons. Mary Pat has always been interested in her community and enjoys watching it grow and blossom. She faithfully attends community-wide events. She enjoys being involved in government. She ran for state representative in the 85th District in 2010 and unfortunately was not able to win the seat. But undaunted by the challenge, Mary Pat continued her pursuit of holding public office and was elected to a 4-year term as DePage Township trustee in 2013. Her involvement in local issues has been ongoing and has grown as her family has gotten older. In Mary Pat's own words, she wrote, "Growing up, I could have been a client of the township. I remember what it feels like to be in need. My early life experiences have shaped my world and my direction I've chosen to take with my life. My adult life has been in service to others, especially the children, in the care of the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services by serving on boards, being a foster parent, and adopting 3 children through foster care. My work will always be to see that everyone has the opportunity to make a better life for themselves and their families. I am committed to programs that offer a hand up to those who find they need it. And after being in foster care for a short time as a child and watching my brother age out of child welfare system, I have made child advocacy my life's passion." Mary Pat serves on the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services Post-Adoption Advisory Board. She was appointed by our previous governor to the Children and Family Services Review Board. Her activities in the community keep her connected to the people that she serves. Her experience serving the DCFS Board and being a foster adoptive parent has given her a broad view of the people in need and how they came to be in need. As a DePage Township trustee, Mary Pat understands the need for youth service programs that help the at-risk kids in our community. She values the importance of our job fairs for getting people back to work and giving them the feeling of accomplishment, as well as helping people in the arrears on their utility bills so they can maintain the basics in life. She knows the importance of giving children positive experiences and a place to feel they belong with a strong role model, and the need to remember that it is more cost-effective to put a child on the right path for a productive future than to pay $140,000 a year in arrest, trail, and incarcerated juvenile for 1 year. As the Bolingbrook senior population grows, she sees the need to have a strong involvement in programs offered at the Levy Center to ensure they continue to stay active. The food pantry continues to serve more people each year. Mary Pat believes the pantry is a vital resource. Mary Pat's behavior and dedication is an example for the entire community. She has donated countless hours of time to make Bolingbrook a better place to live. Congratulations, Mary Pat, 2014 Female Citizen of the Year. You surprised?
Yeah, I am. I didn't know I was in the running.
Well, it's not an election.
Fit mindset.
There's the clock. Again, Mary Pat Oliver, Bolingbrook's 2014 Citizen of the Year, September 9th, 2014.
Thank you.
And your instructions.
Okay. I won't be in the parade later.
And Bolingbrook flag.
Fabulous. Thank you. I'll wear that with pride.
You want to get a... Turn the flag around.
Can we bring everybody?
You get everybody in the picture?
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you. Oh,
Sure.
one more? Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone together.
And last but not least, the Bolingbrook Male Citizen of the Year with Sheldon Watts. Please join me at the podium.
Sheldon, check out the photographer.
The positive quality of life in Bolingbrook is due in large extent to community volunteers. The Citizen of the Year Award recognizes a wide range of talent, commitment, and contribution made by people in our community. It is my pleasure to present the 2014 Male Citizen of the Year Award to Sheldon Watts. Sheldon and his wife, Sharon, are lifelong residents of Bolingbrook and have lived in Bolingbrook residents of Illinois and have lived in Bolingbrook the past 6 years. They're happily expecting twins in the next few weeks, a boy and a girl. They attend Victory Cathedral Worship Center in Bolingbrook, where Sheldon is a member of the Champions Men's Ministry. Sheldon was also active in his childhood church, Stratford Memorial Church, located in Chicago, as co-chair of the church's building committee. He successfully led the building project to completion in 2012. Sheldon has a true passion for community service and youth mentoring. Sheldon jumped into civic involvement with both feet in the short time he's been part of Bolingbrook. He was appointed to an expired term as the Page Township trustee in 2012, elected in April 2013 for a 4-year term. In 2012, he was awarded the Township Friend of the Youth Award by the Association of Illinois Township Committee on Youth. He is a member of the Township Youth Task Force, a board member of the Bolingbrook Exchange Club, and a former Bolingbrook Zoning Board of Appeals Commissioner. He serves as a committee member of the following groups for his homeowner association: the Valley View School District Fans Mentoring Program, the Bolingbrook High School Volunteer Security, Hearthaven Outreach as a youth mentor volunteer, and a mentor for the Heart Organization. He's actively working as a chair for the Bolingbrook Joy Fest Planning Committee for the upcoming event, which will be held on Saturday, September 13th. Sheldon has had the results-proven career with the Global Fortune 500 telecommunications solutions provider. He has been employed with the company for the past 16 years, is currently the company's Americas region lead customer compliance manager. Sheldon has held several technical and engineering positions during his career and later transitioned to being a key member of the business operations management team on completion of his MBA. Sheldon earned his bachelor's degree in psychology in 1998, his master of business administration in 2001, both from Roosevelt University. He is currently a PhD candidate at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology, where he's studying organizational leadership. Over the years, Sheldon has completed numerous training courses and certifications ranging from technical engineering certifications to project management and general leadership training. Sheldon Watts is a husband, a soon-to-be father, a wonderful son and brother, an official, a friend to many, an avid volunteer, and a contributor of thoughts and ideas, a mentor, a person that is truly committed to his faith and his community. Thank you, Sheldon, for your contributions and help making Bolingbrook what it is today. Come on down, Mom. It's Sheldon's mother. I didn't know she was going to be here tonight, but
And your Sheldon, you see who's here?
probably a proud mother tonight, right?
Got my mom, Dr. Patricia Watts Coleman, my second dad, Mr. Delbert Coleman, and a close family friend, Rosalind Johnson. My wife, Sharon, is at home with her feet up, hopefully, as she is expecting twins, a boy and a girl. So this is just a very exciting time for us. I better give this mic back to Mayor Claire because I could go on and on.
All right. Black, Sheldon L. Watts, Bolingbrook's 2014 senior year, began September 9th, 2014. Your instructions? Okay. Now, you two get a coveted Bolingbrook watch. All right. You may notice if you see the female citizens here and the family there watches, there's a little different. The inventory of Bolingbrook, coveted Bolingbrook watches is running low. So you have what may be a one of a kind. So next year we'll have maybe a 50th watch. What do you think?
That'd be awesome. Awesome.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
You know, I didn't ask anybody to say anything, did I?
No, you did not. It was
Would you
unusual.
like to say something?
I would like to say a few words.
Get out the timer.
Yeah.
All right. You know, you'll have an opportunity too if you like. No?
Wow. I'm almost speechless.
Almost.
And almost is the operative word, right? No, but this is truly, truly an honor. Second to asking my lovely wife to marry me, making the decision to move to Bolingbrook, Illinois, was one of the best decisions I ever made as an adult. And when I initially moved to the community, we had no idea what was awaiting us, and the community oriented, the family oriented community that this is. Our goal was to get a little closer to work because I do work in Naperville. And obviously we had options. We looked around in Woodridge, we looked at homes in Naperville, but there was something about Bolingbrook that caught my attention. It was the diversity, it was the warm nature of the people, the citizens, and it's just been truly a blessing. I have been extremely involved in the community almost from day one. It's almost like my calling, I feel. Some people, like Pastor Ken, probably felt called to the ministry, while I feel called to community service. And it's in my DNA. My mom, my dad, they planted that seed. I watched them from a little child growing up, always giving back to others. And the work ethic. I saw that work ethic from both of my parents. I saw them take us from a little one-bedroom apartment in the inner city of Chicago to then a bigger apartment and then a single-family home. And I just saw where hard work pays off. And I don't do this for acknowledgement. I don't do it for awards. That's not why I do it. I do it because I'm passionate about it. And I really appreciate all the opportunities, Mayor Claire, the opportunity to work with you. And, you aren't that warm and fuzzy type of guy, but but you lead by example. You lead by example, and you hold everybody accountable around you. And sometimes when you're on the opposite end of him holding you accountable, it doesn't feel so nice, but but at the end of the day, I know we all appreciate it because it makes us better people. And it brings us all up to a standard of excellence. And so, Mayor Claire, thank you. I truly appreciate it. Deputy Mayor Leroy Brown, you've stepped into my life and just been an anchor. And I appreciate you, your wife, all of the trustees. I appreciate how you guys all pull in one direction. And that is why Bolingbrook is where it is today. So why I am so fascinated to hear from the old timers the stories of where Bolingbrook has come from that late 70s, early 80s to where we are today, most of it under Mayor Claire's leadership. But what really excites me is where we are headed. And I don't know if everyone takes that time to just think about we are poised for just continual improvement of our community and to continue to be one of the best communities in this country. And if you think about it, we often are happy to talk about being number 43 on the list and in the country. Well, I think that's in the world because if we're one of the best communities in the country, that puts us at one of the best communities in the world automatically. So, Mom, I love you. I would not be here without your continued love and support. Those 5 a.m. mornings, waking me up, making me practice the piano. While I didn't continue piano, the work ethic is what stuck with me. So I didn't like it then, but I appreciate it now. Thank you, everybody. Township. I have to mention my township. Bill, you tapped me on the shoulder a few years ago, asked me if I'd be interested in being a trustee. I appreciate that. It's been great working with all of the staff and my fellow board members. Much like the village trustees, we're all pulling in one direction, and it's a great thing for the community. Thank you, everybody.
Mary Pat, would you like to say a couple of things? What? It's up to you, but not maybe quite that long, but.
I'll be warm and fuzzy.
Well, I'd just like to thank everyone for this wonderful surprise tonight to be chosen as Citizen of the Year. It's no secret that I love Bolingbrook and that I love people. And I've certainly enjoyed the opportunity that Bolingbrook offers to be out and about, meet the people, hear their stories, and to be a part of my community. And I'd like to say that it's just been a wonderful experience for myself as well. And there's an old saying that God is no respecter of persons. And I'm glad that Roger or Mayor Claire went ahead and shared my background too, because you know what God did for me, he can do for anyone. And for me to be up here today as an elected official, being a Citizen of the Year, is quite a miracle. I'm sure many people in my childhood would say. So I appreciate that we all grow up, and I'm so thankful for all the mentors. I just want to mention that. I'm not going to list them all, but all the mentors that came along in my life and how important it is to be a mentor to young people, to put them on the right path so that they too can serve their communities and win awards. Thank you.
Ken and Crystal.
Well, I just want to say thank you, Mayor Claire, Deputy Mayor Brown, trustees, and all the officials of Bolingbrook. This certainly was a total surprise. You look for a community to raise your children in, and that's what brought us to Bolingbrook, was not only a church, but a community. From the time that we came 23 years ago, this community raised and formed our children into the children that they are, and we're quite proud of them, quite proud of the community they were raised in, the ethnicity, the culture that is here, as well as the education they received that has propelled them into their passions and where they are heading down the road. But also at the same time, Bolingbrook community is a family, and while a church community is very much a family, we have been met in our neighborhoods as a family, in the district, as well as even when I got the opportunity and the ask to step into politics, which was, how does a pastor go into politics? How do the two come together? I still don't really know, but they do. We make it work, but it's still about a family. And I think that's the biggest thing of Bolingbrook, that when you come here and you get involved, whether it's in our park districts, whether it's our township centers, whether it's at the Levy Center, whether it's at Pelican Harbor, Trojan footballs that we are involved in, all the different sports, everywhere you go, it's about a family, and I think we all feel that way, and I think that's what makes Bolingbrook very, very special. And so I feel very honored to be a part of the Family of the Year, and thank you, Bolingbrook.
I do want to say thank you. It's not often that you would see me speechless, but this is a total, absolute, humbling surprise, totally unexpected. And I was thinking as I went back and I sat down there that 23 years ago when we came here, we actually had two choices. Within an hour, I had received the opportunity to take two positions totally out of the blue. One was this little church in Bolingbrook that wanted us as 28-year-olds to come and pastor their congregation. And the other was our denomination asked me to take a prestigious position as the head of the entire youth for the state of Illinois. And I remember all of my friends and everyone thought, well, that's a slam dunk. He's going to go to the district office and put in a few years there, and then you could write your ticket after being in that kind of position. And when Chris and I prayed about it, we could not escape the fact that God said, you are to go to Bolingbrook. And I'll be honest with you, all of our friends looked at us, and our denominational officials said, you're crazy. You are going to pass up this to go there. But we were united in the fact that for some reason God was drawing us here, that this was to be our home, and our destiny lied in Bolingbrook. And I am so glad 23 years ago, I know, just as I knew then, today, that we made the right decision. And there is no place that I would rather be than right here, right now in Bolingbrook. Bolingbrook has been a tremendous place for our kids to grow up in. We feel privileged to have gotten to meet and build friendships with so many wonderful people in this community. All of the village officials, so many people in the community, neighbors, people that work in various different levels throughout the community doing different things. It's our honor, and we count it a privilege that we have gotten to pastor here for the last 23 years. And so thank you so much for this honor. We truly feel honored. This is amazing. And thank you, Mayor Claire, for all the support that you've given us over the year, not just as our church, but Crystal and I as individuals. You've been a great friend to us, you and Pat, and all of the trustees. And we just say thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Well, again, thank you. Ken and I had the experience of experiencing rotator cuff surgery about the same time, so we both walked around in a sling and compared notes on how we could do things without one arm. So that was a bit of an experience. I'd also like to thank Carol Penning for helping put these facts and figures together on the people who are honored tonight. And I have to thank Kimberly Owens. Kimberly sacrificed herself by being part of the recipient tonight of a special award, and it was all a ruse to get everybody here from the township. So I don't have a watch for you, but all these folks came out because of you.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't forget to read your instructions. All right, next, we have bill approval, Exhibit A, $955,726.93. Exhibit B, $504,547.35, a total of $1,460,274.28. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second?
Motion trustee Brown, second trustee Zarate. Questions or comments? Hearing none, roll call vote, please. If people want to move on, don't feel like you're, I mean, you're welcome to stay, but I'm sure.
Running now.
Thank you again, Kimberly. Mary Pat? Mary Pat? Did you get this? Okay. Do we have roll call?
Not yet. I'm
Roll call
ready.
vote, please.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Next, we have a motion this evening to accept the low. Motion to accept the low bid from Conservation Land Stewardship in the amount of $150,000 to the Drainage Erosion Control Project. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Zarate. This motion awards a contract to Conservation Land Stewardship to restore an eroded creek banks and stabilize the banks from future erosion. The project areas from Route 53 west to Clover Lane. 3 bid packets were sent out. 1 bid was received. The contract's the amount of $124,548.32, plus the addition of 1 alternate in the amount of $25,451.68. The total project cost is $150,000, which is the budgeted amount, and this is a grant that was a state grant that was given to us by Senator Kirk Tillard, correct?
Correct.
The work is scheduled to be completed by the end of November. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Motion carries. First resolution is approving a contract amendment regarding the Cumberland Pond Project, Shoreline Builders. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. The village awarded a contract May 13, 2014, by virtue of Resolution 14R011 to Shoreline Builders to dredge the Cumberland Pond behind Village Hall. It's also behind the Township Building, Levy Center specifically. The contract amount is $644,557. The village decided that the pond deeper than originally designed would be beneficial. The motion approves a change order in the amount of $82,000, which will provide for the excavation of 2,900 cubic yards of dirt, allowing for 25% of the pond to be 10 foot deep. With the additional work, the project is $26,577 over budget. This resolution approves a change order. This pond is part of a creek that flowed from a sewage treatment plant that used to exist where Meyer Park is now, kitty corner from the library. As that sewage treatment plant was functioning, the effluent from that plant would drain down that creek into the pond and then on downstream to the DePage River. When the sewage treatment plant was closed and relocated, the creek essentially dried up except during heavy rains. The pond had silted in or filled in with debris, what have you, from the sewage treatment plant over 20 or 25 years of operation. So it was stagnant, and it was unsightly, and it frankly had a bit of a smell to it. So we decided to clean out the pond, dredge it out. It's going to be turned to fountains. Agreed to put a fountain in the pond once it's completed. And what was an ugly, smelly pond will be a very nice, attractive amenity behind the Levy Center, the Township Building, and this Village Hall. And it frankly needed to be done. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
The next resolution is approving emergency re-roofing of Fire Station 4, Showalter Roofing Service, Inc. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion trustee Brown, second trustee Zarate. This resolution awards a contract to Showalter Roofing Service for the re-roofing of Fire Station 4 on West Boughton Road. That's one across from the Target or Kohl's store. The original roof is 23 years old. In the last year, 6 to 12 active leaks have appeared, and the existing roof needs to be removed and replaced before the upcoming winter. The cost is $60,300, which is $4,700 under the budget amount of $65,000. This price was the lowest of 3 quotes received. The Public Safety Committee has reviewed and recommends approval. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
The next resolution is authorizing the execution of a law enforcement mutual aid agreement and the existence and formation of the Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System by intergovernmental cooperation. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Shanks. This resolution authorizes the renewal of a mutual aid agreement with over 900 Illinois public safety agencies. The initial agreement was entered into in 2003. This agreement is an update to the original and allows the village to request law enforcement resources from across the state to assist at no cost to requesting agency. The Illinois Law Enforcement Alarm System is similar to the fire department's mutual aid box alarm system, commonly called MABUS. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
The next resolution is approving a quotation for upgrade of infrastructure hardware to bring equipment into compliance with Westcom standards from a sole source vendor, Minor Electronics. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. In order to bring local communication systems and equipment into compliance with Westcom standards, 10 equipment locations need to be upgraded. Minor Electronics is the sole provider of the equipment. This resolution awards a contract in the amount of $47,138 for the upgrades. The funds come from E911 funds, and the 911 Advisory Board has reviewed and recommends approval. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Ordinance this evening, the first has an accompanying planning commission report. It's approval of an amendment to a special use permit for a planned industrial development with variances and final development plan, 969 Veterans Parkway, Crossroads Lake Business Park, number 3. Fred Rohan's FCL Builders on behalf of Prologis as the applicant. Is there a motion to accept the planning commission report?
So move.
Second.
Motion trustee Brown, second trustee Lawler. Planning commission has reviewed this development to see how it complies or does not comply with our various building codes, and they put together a report with the variances and their recommendation. They are recommending approval. The motion before you is to accept this and place it on file. Questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting and placing it on file, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The report's accepted. Now we have the accompanying ordinance, which is approving an amendment to special use permit for a planned industrial development with variances and final development plan, Prologis, 969 Veterans Parkway. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Morales. FCL Builders and Prologis are seeking approval of an amendment to special use permit in order to construct a 329,800 square foot distribution building on approximately 22 acres of vacant property at 969 Veterans Parkway. Property is located at the southwest corner of Veterans Parkway and I-55. Primary access is off Crossroads Parkway. 3 additional associated variances are being requested. The Planning Commission has reviewed and recommends approval. Questions? It's another distribution building, again, at the southwest corner of Veterans Parkway and Weber Road. Well, it's under construction as we speak. Hearing no questions, all in favor say aye. Or no, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Next, I have Planning Commission report, approval of special use permit to allow a religious institution, Glad Tidings Assembly, 321 Quadrangle Drive. Glad Tidings Assembly is the applicant. Is there a motion to accept the Planning Commission report?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Zarate. Are there questions on the Planning Commission report? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved and accepted. Now we have the ordinance, which takes that Planning Commission report and puts it in ordinance form, approving a special use permit to allow a religious institution, Glad Tidings Assembly, 321 Quadrangle Drive. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Brown, second trustee Zarate. Glad Tidings was formerly located at West Lily Cash Lane. Pastor Bernie Kendricks, who could not be here this evening, would like to relocate his church, including associated accessory uses, to 321 Quadrangle. They would like to lease 6,168 square feet of tenant space to provide an assembly area, classrooms, and offices. The Planning Commission has reviewed and recommends approval. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Congratulations. Our next order is approving landmark parking agreement with Prologis, 969 Veterans Parkway. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Shanks, second trustee Lawler. This ordinance, Prologis, as mentioned earlier, is constructing a 329,800 square foot distribution building at 969 Veterans Parkway. Under village codes, a building this size would normally require 314 spaces. The plan submitted by the company provides for 281 spaces. Prologis would like the land bank enough space for 71 additional vehicles, even though only 33 are required. If the building use changes, land use, or the village deem it necessary, the developer will be required to add the space in the future. This ordinance approved the land banking agreement. Rather than build a parking lot and let it sit there and deteriorate over a number of years, it isn't necessary. For the first user in a building like this, we only require the lot to be built to accommodate the initial user. If the use changes or the building grows in capacity, then we will ask them to finish out the parking lot to provide that additional parking. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Springfield Suites Hotel has been sold. The new owner would like to obtain a packaged beer and wine goods license. The hotel names will remain the same, Spring Hill Suites. This requires two ordinances to be approved. The first ordinance, amending Chapter 13 of the Municipal Code, decreasing Class C5 from 1 to 0. The Spring Hill Suites, Chicago Suites, former owner. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Lawler, second trustee Morales. This ordinance removes the C5 liquor license from 1 to 0 to reflect the sale of the business by Spring Hill Suites, Chicago Suites. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Our last ordinance, amending Chapter 13 Municipal Code, increasing Class C5 from 0 to 1. Spring Hill Suites, BGL, Bolingbrook Holdings, LLC, the new owner. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion trustee Morales.
Second.
Second trustee Shanks. This ordinance increases the number of Class C5 licenses from 0 to 1, reflecting the purchase of Spring Hill Suites to the new owners, BGL, Bolingbrook Holdings, LLC. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Brown.
Yes.
Trustee Shanks.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Questions from the audience? Questions to press? Trustee comments, reports. Trustee Lawler.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to congratulate the Citizens of the Year. They are great examples of those who choose to serve the community and those around them. And they, I've witnessed their undying devotion to helping others, and they're a great tribute to the community and to themselves. So congratulations to them. That's it. Thank you.
Trustee Morales.
Just like to echo the same sentiment here. Congratulations, well deserved. Thank you.
Trustee Shanks.
Thank you. Yes, I'd also like to congratulate all of the Citizens of the Year tonight. It was a stunning group, and I'm so pleased with the way that everybody accepted their awards with such passion and humility, and I was very proud of all of them. They were good choices. And now it's Humane Haven Animal Shelter's annual garage sale, which is being held on Saturday, September 13th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Bolingbrook's Coles parking lot on Boughton Road, east of Weber. You can donate items to the sale between 7:30 and 9 a.m. on the day of the sale. All items must be clean and in good, usable condition. The money raised will be used to provide medical care, food, and other items needed for Humane Haven's dogs and cats. If you have any questions, please call 630-378-4208, and a representative will return your call. Thank you.
Trustee Brown.
I, too, would like to congratulate all the winners tonight. Every one of them really deserved the award that they've got tonight as being Citizens of the Year. So congratulations to all three groups. Also, the Bolingbrook Joy Fest Committee would like to invite you to a family fun of Christian Music Festival, which will be held this Saturday, September 13th, from 1 o'clock p.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Be here at the Bolingbrook Performing Arts Center at 375 West Briarcliff. For more information, please visit bolingbrook.joyfest.com. Actually, one of the male citizens of the year is the chairperson for Joy Fest, who has done an outstanding job of taking Joy Fest to a new level. We also have Maurice in the audience, who have gotten all of the performers, and we tried to make sure that we included all of our local churches in Joy Fest, all those that could be here. So thank you, Maurice, for what you've done to bringing it to a new level as well. So please come out this Saturday from 1 to 6. Enjoy yourself. Bring your chair, your lawn chairs, blanket. There'll be a number of vendors and a lot of food. So come out and enjoy yourself this Saturday. Thank you.
Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. On Saturday, the Southwest Suburban Immigrant Project was hosted at the Performance Arts Center, Day of the Immigrant. The organization wanted me to thank Mayor Claire, village trustees, and elected officials for coming out. I want to thank the volunteers who did a great job with cleanup, and also Dale McLennan and staff. And also the police department did a great job making sure that everybody left in a safe and orderly fashion. It brought out about 4,000 people. It was a wonderful event, and I want to thank you, Mayor, for giving me the opportunity to address the crowd. I know that you had to go to California to spend time with Lindsay celebrating her birthday, so I want to wish Lindsay a happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, that concludes our business this evening. We do not have an executive session, so is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Motion
Second.
Trustee Brown, second Trustee Shanks. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We stand adjourned.